Calaroga Shark Media. Hello and welcome to Murder Weekly. This episode is titled Grandma Got Run Over.
The small town of Evergreen was shaken on Christmas Eve when beloved grandmother, Edith Harper, was found dead under mysterious circumstances. The initial report suggested a bizarre accident. She appeared to have been run over by a reindeer. However, Detective Jasmine Lee, known for her keen observation and unyielding determination, suspected there was more to the story. The first to discover the body was Edith's neighbor, Chuck Ramirez, a kind-hearted but nosy retiree. He claimed to have seen reindeer tracks near the body, fueling the town's rumors of a freak accident. But Jasmine noticed something odd. The tracks seemed too perfect, almost as if they were staged. Detective Jasmine Lee approached Mr. Ramirez. As soon as he saw Jasmine, he eagerly started talking. Detective Lee, right? I saw you earlier. I was just watching a Charlie Brown Christmas. You know, the part where they pick out the sad little tree. Love that part. Anyway, I saw you from my window. My living room has a perfect view of Edith's house. I was just setting up my nativity scene. I add a new figure every year, got a shepherd this time. Oh, and I was baking gingerbread cookies. The house smells amazing if I do say so myself. Jasmine tried to steer the conversation. Mr. Ramirez, did you notice anything unusual last night? Oh, last night? Well, I was wrapping presents, lots of them. My grandkids, they love the paper more than the gifts. You know how kids are. Then I heard this noise. Thought it was just the wind. I had the Christmas carols playing. Silent Night. The Elvis version. I make my own eggnog, you see, so I was in the kitchen checking on it. It needs to be stirred constantly. Then I decided to watch a bit of TV, and that's when I saw Mr. Ramirez, Jasmine interjected, about the noise. Right, the noise. Well, after I switched off the TV, Snoopy had just won the decorating contest. You know that part? I looked out and saw something by Edith's house. I thought, that's odd. Edith usually doesn't go out late. I was going to check, but then I remembered my eggnog. Can't let it burn. It's a family recipe, very delicate. Jasmine sighed, realizing that extracting useful information from Mr. Ramirez would be a challenge amidst his Christmas preparations and TV commentary. Jasmine's next visit was to Edith's family. Her granddaughter, Heather, was visibly distraught. A young and ambitious lawyer, Heather shared how she had been planning to spend Christmas with her grandmother, who was also her closest confidant. Heather's brother, Michael, a local mechanic with a troubled past, seemed more composed. He mentioned how Edith was the glue that held their family together, especially after their parents' passing. Intrigued by the family dynamics, Jasmine delved deeper. She learned from other townsfolk that Edith had recently altered her will, a change that seemed to have caused some tension within the family. At the local cafe, Jasmine overheard a conversation between the town's gossip, Betty, and the barista. Betty, a notorious busybody, hinted that Edith's new will significantly favored Heather over Michael. Further investigation led Jasmine to the local hunting club, where she encountered Henry, the club president, and a known rival of Edith over land disputes. Harry's disdain for Edith was no secret, and his alibi for Christmas Eve was flimsy at best. As Jasmine pieced together the clues, a break in the case came unexpectedly. Chuck, the neighbor, approached her with new information. So after I finally got the eggnog off the stove, can't risk it curdling, I peered out the window again. That's when I saw it. a shadowy figure near Edith's house. It was odd, not the usual festive cheer of carol singers or kids playing in the snow. This figure was lurking, kind of hunched over. "Can you describe the figure?" Jasmine asked, sensing a lead. "Oh, it was too far to make out details. My eyes aren't what they used to be, and the streetlights create such a glare on the snow. But it was definitely someone unfamiliar. They were sort of skulking around, which is strange because everyone knows everyone here. And then I got distracted by my Christmas pudding in the oven. It's a traditional recipe. Needs just the right amount of—" Jasmine interjected. "Did you see this person leave?" "Well, that's the thing. I got caught up in It's a Wonderful Life on TV. Such a classic, And when I looked back, they were gone. Vanished like a ghost on Christmas Eve. Made me think of Jacob Marley from A Christmas Carol. Spooky, right?" Jasmine nodded, making mental notes. Mr. Peterson's account, while frustratingly cluttered with holiday details, cast serious doubt on the reindeer theory and suggested a more sinister explanation for Edith Harper's death. Jasmine revisited the crime scene, examining the tracks again. She realized they led towards the woods, not away from them. This detail suggested that the reindeer, if involved, had been driven towards Edith, not that they had run her over by accident. The detective decided to confront Michael, suspecting his calm demeanor hid something darker. Under pressure, Michael's facade crumbled. He confessed to staging the reindeer tracks, but vehemently denied killing Edith. He revealed that he had discovered Edith's new will and in a fit of rage had gone to confront her, only to find her already dead. Jasmine's suspicion then turned to Harry. She revisited him, armed with the new information. Henry maintained his innocence, but a search of his property revealed a pair of boots matching the prints near Edith's home. Faced with the evidence, Harry confessed. The land dispute had escalated, and he saw Edith's death as an opportunity to resolve it in his favor. He had planned to make her death look like an accident, but the arrival of Michael had complicated his plans, leading to the hastily staged reindeer tracks. The case was closed with Henry's arrest, but the shadow it cast over the town's Christmas spirit was profound. Edith Harper's death, initially veiled in a bizarre tale, unraveled a story of greed, resentment, and the lengths to which people would go to protect their interests. As Jasmine reflected on the case, the twinkling Christmas lights of Evergreen felt dimmer. A stark reminder that even in the most festive times, the darker facets of human nature could emerge, turning a season of joy into one of sorrow and loss.
Murder Weekly is a Calaroga Shark media production, written and hosted by Aidan I. Flanagan, produced by Mark Francis, executive producers Mark Francis and John McDermott. Calaroga Shark Media.